The 1998 Elizabeth II Australian $2 coin, including its geography, circulation, uncirculated and proof versions, and collector value. Country, Australia. Denomination, $2. Year of issue, 1998. Obverse, front. Portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, introduced in 1998, replacing the Raphael Maklaff design. Inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia, 1998. Aboriginal Elder, original design by Horst Hanna. Accompanied by the Southern Cross constellation and native grass tree, Xanthorrhea. Inscription, $2. Monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. 1998 significance. Marked the first appearance of Ian Rank Broadley's portrait on Australian coinage. No special commemorative designs were issued for the $2 coin in 1998, this year featured the standard design. Australia was continuing its development as a modern nation under the Commonwealth realm, recognizing Queen Elizabeth II as the head of state. The $2 coin had only been in circulation for a decade, introduced in 1988 to replace the paper $2 note. Metal composition, 92% copper, 6% aluminium, 2% nickel. Mass, 6.60 grams. Diameter, 20.50 millimeters. Thickness, 3.20 millimeters. Edge, interrupted milled. Mint, Royal Australian Mint, Canberra. Total mintage, 1998, approximately 25 million coins. These coins were released directly into general circulation, making them fairly common. Available in mint sets from the Royal Australian Mint. Sold as collector items, never used in commerce. Higher strike quality and sharper details than circulated coins. Struck using specially prepared dies and planchets. Mirror-like finish with frosted designs. Only available in 1998 proof sets. Highly desirable among collectors. Face value, $2 Australian dollars. Collector value, $2, $4 AUD depending on condition, EF to AU. From mint sets, $4 to $10 AUD depending on grade and market. From proof sets, $15 to $25 AUD, higher if slabbed and graded MS/PF 69 to 70. Coins with minting errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, cut marks, can fetch $20 to $100 plus AUD depending on rarity and demand. Used across Australia. Legal tender throughout all Australian states and territories. Widely circulated in all regions including major cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, and rural areas. Not used outside Australia for commerce, but accepted in collector markets worldwide. The 1998 coin marks the beginning of a new era of Queen Elizabeth II's effigy on Australian currency. This design remained in use until it was replaced by the Jodie Clark portrait in 2019. It holds historical relevance for collectors interested in monarchic transitions and portrait changes. The 1998 Australian $2 coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a significant numismatic piece for several reasons. It introduced a new royal portrait, maintained the iconic Aboriginal elder reverse, and had a high mintage, making it common in everyday transactions. Its value today largely depends on condition, with uncirculated and proof coins fetching modest premiums in the collector's market. Would you like me to help you evaluate a specific coin you have, e.g. based on images or condition? The 1995 Australian $2 coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, detailing its history, design, mintage, circulation status, and value in various conditions. Country, Australia. Denomination, $2. Year, 1995. Composition, aluminium bronze, 92% copper, 6% aluminium, 2% nickel. Diameter, 20.5 millimeters. Weight, 6.6 g. Edge, segmented rifling. Orientation, metal alignment. Mint, Royal Australian Mint, Canberra. Obverse, features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right and wearing the King George IV state diadem. The inscription reads, Elizabeth II Australia 1995. This portrait was designed by Raphael Maclauff and was used on Australian coins from 1985 to 1998. Reverse depicts an Aboriginal elder, known as Goya Jungarai, also called £1 Jimmy, alongside the Southern Cross constellation and a grass tree. The design, created by Horst Hanna, symbolizes Australia's indigenous heritage and was introduced in 1988 to replace the $2 banknote. Mintage: approximately 13,929,000 coins were minted in 1995. Circulation: the 1995 $2 coin was widely circulated in Australia as part of the standard coinage. Due to its high mintage, it remains relatively common in circulation today. Uncirculated condition: coins in uncirculated (UNC) condition are less common and are typically preserved in protective holders or sets. Mintage: the 1995 proof $2 coin had a limited mintage of 55,241. Finish: struck with a special proof finish, these coins exhibit high-quality details and a mirror-like background. Packaging: often sold in official mint packaging, making them popular among collectors. Note: values are approximate and can vary based on market demand and coin condition. Introduction: the $2 coin was introduced in 1988 to replace the $2 banknote, aligning with Australia's move towards a coin-based currency system. Design symbolism: the reverse design honors Indigenous Australian culture and the nation's unique flora and fauna, reflecting a significant aspect of Australia's identity. Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra, the mint is responsible for producing Australia's circulating and commemorative coins. Storage: to maintain the coin's condition, store it in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight and humidity. Authentication: when purchasing higher-value coins, consider obtaining certificates of authenticity or purchasing from reputable dealers. Market trends: coin values can fluctuate based on collector interest and market conditions. Regularly check reputable numismatic sources for the latest valuations. If you're interested in acquiring a 1995 $2 coin or need assistance with authentication, feel free to ask. The 1994 Elizabeth II Australia $1 coin, covering its history, design, circulation, condition grades, uncirculated, proof and estimated values in various states. Issuing country: Australia. Year of issue: 1994. Monarch: Queen Elizabeth II. Reign: the coin was issued during the 42nd year of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Commemoration: while some 1994 $1 coins were standard issues, there were also commemorative designs, such as the kangaroo reverse, standard, and the kangaroo and map, design issued for circulation. Minted by Royal Australian Mint, Canberra, Act. Circulated across all states and territories of Australia. Export: commonly found in collector markets internationally, especially in Commonwealth countries. Denomination: $1 AUD. Metal composition: aluminum bronze. 92% copper. 6% aluminum. 2% nickel. Mass: 9.00 grams. Diameter: 25.00 millimeters. Edge: interrupted reading. Shape: round. Portrait: Queen Elizabeth II. Designer: Raphael Maclauff. Design features: the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, with the inscription Elizabeth II Australia 1994. There were two types of reverses for 1994. Design: 5 bounding kangaroos. Designer: Stuart Devlin. This design has been used since 1984 for most standard $1 coins. Design: a stylized kangaroo overlaid on a map of Australia. Designer: Horst Hanna. Purpose: commemorated the Landcare Australia movement. Scarcer than the standard kangaroo design. Mintage: 25.4 million coins. Mintage: 1 million, only in circulation issue. Proof coins, available in annual proof sets by the Royal Australian Mint. Mint sets, uncirculated coins also issued in annual collector sets. Value: $1 to $3 Australian. Common in everyday change, especially the kangaroo reverse. The commemorative version may fetch slightly more if worn. Value: $5 to $15 Australian. Graded coins, MS65 and higher, can demand more depending on eye appeal and strike quality. Value, $15 to $25 plus AUD. Proof coins have a mirror-like finish and were not released into circulation. Available only in collector sets. Circulated, $2 to $5 Australian. Uncirculated, $10 to $20 depending on quality. Coins with errors, misstrikes, off-center, die cracks, can fetch premium prices. The 1994 proof sets are popular for collectors of Australian decimal currency. Coins with original mint packaging, proof/mint sets, maintain higher resale value. Rarity, standard version is common, not rare. Commemorative, semi-scarce in high grades, and a favorite for thematic collectors. Proofs, valued for their condition and limited mintage. If you have a photo or specific coin in mind, proof, commemorative, or regular, I can help further with an evaluation or identification. Want help figuring out if yours is rare or valuable? The first step: 2015 Australia Queen Elizabeth II $1 coin, including its mint marks and versions. Country, Australia. Denomination, $1 $1. Year, 2015. Obverse, portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. Reverse, standard issue 5 kangaroos, designed by Stuart Devlin. Material, aluminum bronze. Weight, 9.00 g. Diameter, 25.00 millimeters. Edge, milled. The $1 coin was first introduced in 1984, replacing the $1 note. The 2015 issue continued the trend of annually released coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. The standard reverse depicts 5 kangaroos, an iconic Australian design. 2015 also marked special releases and mintmark issues, as the Royal Australian Mint often celebrates events with collector versions. Circulation released, nationwide across Australia. Minted in, Canberra, Royal Australian Mint. Mint, Canberra. Mintage, unknown exact figure, but part of regular circulation. Value, circulated $1 face value. Collectors may pay $2 to $5 AUD in good condition. Available from Royal Australian Mint, individual blisters or coin sets. Finish, higher quality than circulated coins. Value, $3 to $10 AUD depending on condition and packaging. Finish, highly polished with frosted designs. Sold in annual proof sets. Value, $20 to $40 AUD depending on set and condition. Commemorating 100 years since Gallipoli landing. Mintage, over 1 million, Woolworths exclusive release. Mintmark, none, but special packaging. Value, $5 to $15 AUD uncirculated. Released at coin shows and mint events. Examples include C for Canberra, M for Melbourne, S for Sydney. Mintage, limited, as low as 7,000 for some. Value, $10 to $50 AUD depending on mintmark and packaging. Standard circulation coin. Mint set coin, uncirculated. Proof set coin. Anzac $1 Woolworths release. C mintmark, Canberra show. M mintmark, Melbourne show. S mintmark, Sydney show. Some sets also included counterstamps or privy marks. Look for coins in mint packaging or sets for best long-term value. Special releases with limited mintage or mint marks are most desirable. Keep coins in airtight holders to preserve condition. Graded coins by PCGS or NGC can fetch higher premiums. Would you like a checklist or table format of all the 2015 $1 coin types and their values for easy tracking? The 1994 Australia Elizabeth II $1 coin, covering its history, geography, circulation and uncirculated conditions, proof versions, and potential value. This is tailored for collectors, enthusiasts, or educational purposes. The 1994 Australian $1 coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is part of Australia's decimal currency system, which was introduced in 1966 to replace the old pound system. The dollar coin itself was introduced in 1984, replacing the $1 banknote due to the note's short lifespan in circulation. The 1994 version continues the tradition of portraying Queen Elizabeth II as the reigning monarch on the obverse front of all Australian coins during her reign. 1994 was a relatively stable year economically and politically in Australia, and the coinage reflected continuity rather than commemorative innovation. This particular coin was part of the regular issue for circulation. Australia, as a continent and nation, issues its own legal tender under the authority of the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra, ACT. The Royal Mint was established in 1965 and has since been responsible for minting Australia's circulating coins, as well as special collector issues and proofs. This coin circulated nationwide and would have been used in daily transactions from urban centres like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, to remote regions in the outback. Portrait, Queen Elizabeth II. Designer, Raphael Maclauff. Design details. This was the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II used on Australian coins, which was introduced in 1985 and remained in use until 1998. Inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia, 1994. This elegant and slightly idealized portrait of the Queen shows her wearing the George IV state diadem. Design, 5 kangaroos. Designer, Stuart Devlin, the official goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen. Design details. The stylized kangaroos have become an iconic symbol of the Australian dollar coin. It reflects Australia's unique wildlife and cultural identity. Denomination, $1 AUD. Composition, 92% copper, 6% aluminum, 2% nickel, aluminium bronze. Diameter, 25.00 millimeters. Thickness, 2.80 millimeters. Weight, 9.00 grams. Edge, interrupted reading, security edge with smooth and reeded sections. Mint, Royal Australian Mint. Mintage, approximately 25.1 million coins. These coins were intended for general use and would have entered cash registers and pockets across Australia. Condition typically ranges from fine, F, to extremely fine, XF, depending on wear and handling. Issued in mint sets by the Royal Australian Mint. Not intended for general use, they are struck with extra care and handled to preserve condition. Condition, typically graded brilliant uncirculated, BU, or mint state, MS, in the range of MS 60 to MS 67. Proof coins are premium collector's pieces, struck using highly polished dies and specially treated planchets, coin blanks. These coins feature mirror-like fields and frosted devices, raised parts. Issued in limited mintage proof sets, often with certificates and special presentation packaging. Made by the Royal Australian Mint for collectors. Condition, proof, PR or PF, usually PR 69 or PR 70. Note, coin values can fluctuate based on market demand, rarity, and condition. Here's a general estimate for the 1994 Australian $1 coin. Coins in original packaging or with certificates can fetch slightly higher values. Look for bag marks, surface luster, and strike quality when evaluating condition. Store uncirculated and proof coins in archival safe holders or capsules to prevent oxidation and toning. Proof coins are more sensitive to handling. Avoid touching them directly. The 1994 Australian $1 coin is not rare, but it's an important part of Australia's modern numismatic history. While not particularly valuable in circulated condition, pristine uncirculated and proof versions are desirable among collectors for completing date runs or proof sets. It reflects not just Australia's monetary system, but also its cultural identity through the depiction of kangaroos and its historical ties to the British monarchy via Queen Elizabeth II. The Australian $1 coin is a standard denomination in the country's decimal currency system, which was introduced on February 14, 1966. However, the $1 coin itself was introduced later, in 1984, to replace the $1 banknote. The 2016 edition of the coin falls within the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose image has graced Australian coins since the 1950s. In 2016, Australia was under the constitutional monarchy of Queen Elizabeth II, and the obverse, heads, side of its coinage honored her as the nation's sovereign. Portrait, The coin features the EN rank broadly effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, used from 1999 to 2018. Elizabeth II. Australia 2016. This obverse is standard across most Australian circulating coinage of that period. Australia often issues multiple reverse, tails, designs in a given year. In 2016, the $1 coin was issued with the standard 5 kangaroos, reverse, originally designed by Stuart Devlin in 1984, as well as several commemorative designs. Designer, Stuart Devlin. Depiction, a mob of 5 bounding kangaroos. Inscription, $1. Australia is known for issuing collectible and commemorative versions of coins. In 2016, several special $1 coins were released. Anzac to Afghanistan series, for remembrance. Australia's first mints series. Year of the Monkey, lunar series. Changeover, coin, commemorating the 50th anniversary of Australia's transition to decimal currency, 1966 to 2016. Changeover dollar, 2016. Unique reverse, featuring the original 1966 round dollar coin design, surrounded by a ring. These were both circulating and uncirculated collector versions. Mint, Royal Australian Mint, Canberra, Act, circulating mintage, standard coin 19.16 million. Commemorative/collector issues, varies from a few thousand, for proof/uncirculated, to several million, for circulating commemoratives. Domestic circulation, widely circulated across all Australian states and territories, including New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, Tasmania, Northern Territory, Australian Capital Territory. International circulation, occasionally found in Pacific Island nations and among collectors worldwide. 7. Coin types. A. Circulated condition. Used in daily transactions. Common signs, scratches, wear on high points, loss of luster. Value, usually face value, $1 Australian dollar, unless rare design or error, never used in general commerce. Retains full mint luster, no wear. Often issued in mint rolls or sets. Highest quality strike, made for collectors. Polished dies, mirror fields, frosted devices. Often sold in special presentation packaging. Mintage, usually limited, few thousand per design. Note, market prices vary by rarity, condition, demand, and grading, e.g., PCGS or NGC certified coins. 9. Collectability and notable varieties. Collectors look for proof versions. Low mintage commemoratives. Mint errors, off-center, die cracks, cuds. High MS grade coins, mint state 65 and above. Decimal changeover $1 coins, particularly in UNC and proof. The 2016 Australia $1 coin is a significant piece of modern Australian numismatics. With its standard kangaroo reverse and commemorative designs like the changeover coin, it captures a snapshot of Australian history under Queen Elizabeth II. While its face value is just $1, certain editions, especially proofs, uncirculated, and error coins, hold collector value and are sought after by enthusiasts around the world. The Last Step 2 coin 2013 Australia Elizabeth II $1 coin, including history, geography, mint marks, and values in both circulated and uncirculated/proof conditions. Country, Australia. Denomination, $1, AUD. Year, 2013. Obverse, front portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley. Reverse, back varies by issue, standard kangaroo or special commemoratives. Material, aluminium bronze, 92% Cu, 6% Al, 2% Ni. Weight, 9.00 g. Diameter, 25.00 millimeters. Edge, interrupted reading. Mintage, varies by mint and editions. Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. Some collector issues may have been produced by Perth Mint for special sets. Here are 6 key mint/script versions or themes from 2013. Standard mob of Rus, general circulation. Minted in high quantities, millions. No mint mark. Common in circulation. Reimagining of Australia's first coinage, 1813 Holy Dollar and Dump. Various mint marks, C, M, B, S, for Canberra, Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney. Limited mintage, non-circulating. High relief design. Not released for circulation. Low mintage collector pieces. Celebrating Landcare Australia's conservation efforts. Proof, uncirculated, and PNC, postal numismatic cover, formats. No circulation release. Released in PNCs and sets. Not in general circulation. Collector release only. Limited mintage. Features Parliament House. Face value, 1 Australian dollar. Market value, $1 to $2 AUD in circulated condition. Available in bulk lots for collectors and new numismatists. Note, values can vary based on condition, original packaging, and collector demand. Proof coins were generally sold in capsules with certificates of authenticity. Mint marks, C, B, S, M, were included in various annual mint mark sets and are not found in regular circulation. Commemoratives were produced in much smaller quantities, usually under 50,000. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget like, share and subscribe for more coin collecting content. The 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin features the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, back. It is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The design from 1959 to 2008 included the Lincoln Memorial. Designer, obverse Victor David Brenner, VDB. Designer, reverse Frank Gasparo, Lincoln Memorial Design. Composition in 1978, 95% copper, 5% zinc. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Edge, plain. In 1978, Lincoln cents were struck at 3 mints in the United States. These can be identified by the mint mark on the coin, just below the date. Location, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Coins minted, 5.56 billion. No mint mark appears under the date. Location, Denver, Colorado. Coins minted, 4.28 billion. D. Mint mark appears under the date. Location, San Francisco, California. Coins minted, 3.12 million, only proof coins for collectors. S. Mint mark indicates proof quality, not circulated coins. Coin grading ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70. Here's a breakdown for the 1978 cent. Good, G, for heavy wear, major features visible but faint. Very fine, VF, 20 moderate wear, all major details clear. Extremely fine, EF, 40 minor wear on high points. MS 60 to MS 63, mint state no wear, some bag marks or dull luster. MS 64 to MS 66, attractive luster, minor contact marks. MS 67 to MS 70, near perfect, rare for business strike coins. PR 60 to PR 70, special mirror-like finish, PR 70 is flawless. Typically sold in proof sets and never released into circulation. Philadelphia or Denver circulated, $0.01 to 10 cents. Uncirculated, MS $65 $1 to $5. Proof, San Francisco PR, 65 plus $2 to $10. Errors/varieties, like double dies, off-center strikes can be worth much more depending on rarity and demand. The reverse design, Lincoln Memorial, was replaced in 2009 for Lincoln's bicentennial. It was one of the last years the cent was made from 95% copper. In 1982, the U.S. switched to a zinc-based composition due to rising copper prices. Would you like help identifying the value of a specific 1978 penny you have, with photo or description? Or want info on errors/varieties? The 1972 Liberty 1-cent coin, more commonly known as the Lincoln cent, is one of the most iconic coins in American numismatics. With Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, this copper coin has a story rooted deeply in U.S. history, economics, and minting evolution. Let's explore the historical, geographical, and numismatic journey of this coin. 1. Origins of the Lincoln cent series. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It marked the first time a U.S. president appeared on a circulating coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin originally featured wheat ears on the reverse, called wheat pennies. In 1959, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, in honor of Lincoln's 150th birthday. This design, by Frank Gasparo, remained in use until 2008. The year 1972. The 1972 Lincoln cent holds special interest because it was produced during a time of economic transition, rising inflation, and material shortages. It also gained notoriety due to the 1972 double die obverse, DDO, variety, a prominent and highly collectible error. In 1972, Lincoln cents were struck at 3 different U.S. mints. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, marked with a D. San Francisco Mint, marked with an S, mainly for proof coins. Over 2.9 billion coins were struck. This mint is also responsible for the 1972 double die obverse error. Produced approximately 2.6 billion coins. Known for strong strikes and common usage. Produced about 3.2 million proof coins only. High quality, mirror finish coins for collectors. The most famous error for this year. The year 1972. The 1972 Lincoln cent holds special interest because it was produced during a time of economic transition, rising inflation, and material shortages. It also gained notoriety due to the 1972 double die obverse, DDO, variety, a prominent and highly collectible error. In 1972, Lincoln cents were struck at 3 different U.S. mints. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, marked with a D. San Francisco Mint, marked with an S, mainly for proof coins. Over 2.9 billion coins were struck. This mint is also responsible for the 1972 double die obverse error. Produced approximately 2.6 billion coins. Known for strong strikes and common usage. Produced about 3.2 million proof coins only. High quality, mirror finish coins for collectors, obvious doubling seen in the words, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date, 1972. Only from the Philadelphia Mint. Highly sought after, especially in uncirculated or mint condition. Several less dramatic varieties exist, e.g., DDO number 2 through number 9. Still collectible but less valuable. Common minting errors that add variety and value. Composition, 95% copper, 5% zinc. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Designer, obverse Victor David Brenner. Designer, reverse Frank Gasparo. This was among the last few years the penny was made with a primarily copper composition. In 1982, the U.S. Mint began phasing in a zinc core with copper plating due to rising copper prices. Here's a breakdown of approximate values for the 1972 Lincoln cent as of recent market trends. Key fact, the 1972 DDO in mint state, MS65 or better, can sell for over $1,500 or more depending on quality and demand. Always check 1972 coins from Philadelphia carefully for doubling. Use a 10x loupe or microscope to identify subtle errors. Look for strong luster, no scratches, and full details, especially on Lincoln's beard and the memorial. Keep coins in acid-free holders or graded slabs to preserve condition. The 1972 Lincoln cent represents more than just currency. It captures a transitional period in U.S. minting and economics. It's also a reminder of how a common coin can turn into a collector's gem due to human error and attention to detail. For historians, numismatists, and collectors alike, the 1972 Liberty 1-cent coin is a small but rich chapter in American history. Whether you're holding a pocket change penny or a pristine double-die specimen, the 1972 Liberty 1 cent carries a legacy of craftsmanship, symbolism, and value. It's a reminder that sometimes, even the most ordinary coins can have extraordinary stories. The 1975 Liberty 1 cent coin you're referring to is most likely the Lincoln Memorial cent, as no U.S. cent features Liberty as the main name, but all U.S. cents bear the word Liberty as part of the design. Here's a detailed script suitable for a documentary, YouTube video, or educational content. This includes history, geography, mint information, and coin conditions, all in a storytelling format. Opening scene, narration over vintage footage of America in the 1970s. 1975, a year of change, challenge, and economic uncertainty in the United States. While Americans were watching the end of the Vietnam War and the rise of disco, a tiny piece of copper continued its quiet journey through the hands of millions. The Lincoln Memorial cent, also known as the 1975 Liberty 1 cent coin. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's face. By 1975, the coin had undergone only a few changes, most notably, the reverse design featuring the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959. Close-up shots of the 1975 Lincoln cent, highlighting Liberty, date, and mint mark. The obverse side of the 1975 cent features the classic right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln, with the word Liberty on the left, the date, 1975, on the right, and the phrase, "In God We Trust," above. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Look closely, and you'll even see a tiny figure of Lincoln sitting in the memorial, a rare detail in coin engraving. The coin was made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This composition would change just a few years later in 1982 due to rising copper prices. In 1975, the Lincoln cent was minted at 3 primary locations, each leaving its mark on the coin, literally. Show coins with mint marks, no mark, D, and S. The majority of 1975 cents were produced here, making them the most common. Coins with a D under the date came from Denver. These were not for circulation, but struck as proof coins for collectors. From bustling cities to rural towns, the 1975 penny traveled across the nation. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint dominated the East Coast, Denver coins circulated widely in the Midwest and West, and San Francisco proofs remained mostly in collector cases. Most 1975 cents in circulation are worth just 1 cent. However, condition changes everything. Show coins in various conditions: circulated, uncirculated, and proof. Circulated coins, these show wear and have minimal collector value. Uncirculated coins, MS-60, MS-70 well-preserved coins can fetch from 10 cents to several dollars. Proof coins, S mint mark mirror-like finish, worth around $1 to $3 depending on condition. Errors and varieties, off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned prints can be worth much more to collectors. While it's easy to overlook a single cent, the 1975 Lincoln cent is a living piece of history. It's a symbol of mid-century American design, a reflection of economic shifts, and a tiny artifact connecting us to a bygone era. Next time you see a 1975 penny, take a second look. You're holding a piece of America in the palm of your hand. 2009 Sacagawea Native American $1 coin, including history, design, mintage, value, condition details, and more. Official name, 2009 Native American $1 coin, Three Sisters Agriculture. Series, Native American $1 coin program, started in 2009. Obverse, Sacagawea, same as original 2000 to 2008 design by Glenna Goodacker. Reverse, new each year celebrates Native American contributions. 2009 features the Three Sisters, agriculture, corn, beans, and squash. Designed by Norman E. Namath, reverse. Depicts a Native woman planting the Three Sisters crops. Mint marks. P. Philadelphia. D. Denver. S. San Francisco, proof only. Edge lettering, includes E pluribus unum, in God we trust, date, and mint mark, inkest on the edge. Note, special presentation sets or mint rolls can fetch higher premiums. Theme: Three Sisters Agriculture, celebrates Native American farming practices. Crops: corn, beans, and squash grown together for mutual benefit. Geographic spread, practiced widely across Native cultures in North America, especially among Iroquois, Cherokee, Zuni, and other tribes. Historical impact: this agricultural trio sustained Native populations for centuries and influenced colonial agriculture. Not released for general circulation, must be purchased from the U.S. Mint or secondary market. Coins are often found in mint rolls, bags, or in annual mint sets. Edge lettering errors or weak strikes are collectible variants. Check edge for doubling or missing text. In 2009, the United States Mint launched the Native American $1 coin program with a new annual reverse design highlighting the rich heritage and contributions of Native American peoples. The inaugural design, titled Three Sisters Agriculture, pays tribute to the essential and sustainable farming practices of indigenous tribes who cultivated corn, beans, and squash together. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and as a proof in San Francisco, this coin features the timeless obverse of Sacagawea, the Shoshone guide of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The 2009 edition was not released into general circulation, making uncirculated and proof versions particularly desirable to collectors. With edge lettering displaying national mottos and the date, the coin is not only a tribute to Native ingenuity but a unique piece of numismatic artistry. Would you like a value chart as an image, or help identifying one you have? Feel free to send a picture if you want help evaluating your coin. The Sacagawea $1 2 coins, especially focused on the year 2000, which was the first year of issue. I'll include coin history, geography, design, mintage, circulation versus uncirculated condition, proof coin values, and more. Introduced, 2000. Authorized by U.S. Congress, United States $1 Coin Act of 1997. Replaced, Susan B. Anthony Dollar. Purpose: increase use of dollar coins, honor Native American history. Designer, obverse Glenna Goodacker. Designer, reverse Thomas D. Rogers Sr. Composition, manganese brass, 88.5% Cu, 6% Zn, 3.5% Mn, 2% Ni. Diameter, 26.5 millimeters. Weight, 8.1 grams. Edge, plain, no reading. Mint marks P, Philadelphia, D, Denver, S, San Francisco. Sacagawea was a Shoshone woman who helped the Lewis and Clark expedition navigate through the American West, 1804 to 1806. She carried her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, symbolizing peace and guidance. The coin honors her contributions as a guide, interpreter, and symbol of Native American strength and wisdom. The Sacagawea dollar commemorates the Louisiana Purchase Territory and Lewis and Clark's route, which spans many present-day U.S. states. Missouri, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and more. Total circulation mintage, 2001.286 billion plus. Note, a Cheerios dollar, rare variant, was also released, details below. Mint marks P or D. Value, 2024 market. Circulated, $1. Uncirculated, MS60, MS65 $2 to $10. MS66 or better, up to $30 plus. Mint mark, S. Struck for collectors, not intended for circulation. Value. Clad proof, regular S4 to $7. Deep cameo, $7 to $10 plus. Distributed in Cheerios cereal boxes, promo by U.S. Mint and General Mills. 5,500 coins with a prototype reverse, enhanced eagle tail feathers. Value, 2024 $3,000 to $7,000 plus depending on grade. Not widely accepted in vending or by public despite high mintage. Used in transit systems and some casinos. Edge is plain, unlike most coins. Later renamed as part of the Native American $1 coin program, from 2009, present, with changing reverse designs each year. If you have photos of your two coins, I can help you identify their condition or check if you might have a rare variant. Would you like that? Also, do you want me to write a long-form collector's script or historical article based on this info? The James Buchanan Presidential $1 coin was released in 2010 as part of the U.S. Mint's Presidential $1 coin program, which ran from 2007 to 2016. This program honored each deceased U.S. president in the order they served. James Buchanan, the 15th President of the United States, served from 1857 to 1861, just before the outbreak of the Civil War. Though the coin bears his name and years of presidency, it was not minted in the 19th century, but rather as a modern commemorative issue. Therefore, any coin showing James Buchanan with those years is a product of the 21st century series, not an actual artifact from the 1800s. Born, April 23, 1791, Cove Gap, Pennsylvania. Died, June 1, 1868, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Term, March 4, 1857 to March 4, 1861. James Buchanan was a lifelong bachelor and the only U.S. president from Pennsylvania. His presidency is often criticized for failing to prevent the secession of southern states and the outbreak of the Civil War. Despite his long public service, including stints as Secretary of State and Ambassador to the UK, Buchanan's leadership during the country's most divided years remains controversial. The James Buchanan $1 coin was struck at 2 U.S. Mint facilities. Philadelphia, P. Denver, D. Both versions are marked with a small letter on the edge rather than on the face of the coin. These coins were intended for general use but saw low public circulation. Because of poor public reception, most were never widely released through banks. A circulated coin may show signs of wear, dulled features, scratches, or discoloration. Current value, typically $1 to $1.25, unless in very fine condition. Comes from mint rolls, bags, or collector sets. Sharper details, no visible wear. Some may have satin finishes if from special mint sets. Current value, about $2 to $5, depending on grade and demand. Issued by the San Francisco S. Mint, with mirror-like finish and frosted designs. Found in 2010 presidential proof sets. Value, typically $4 to $7 or higher if graded PR 69/70. These figures reflect the total coins produced, most of which were stored or sold directly to collectors rather than circulated. Some early presidential $1 coins had missing or doubled-edged lettering, considered errors and worth more. So far, no widely known James Buchanan edge errors have been documented. Still, it's worth inspecting the edge for anomalies, especially on uncirculated coins. Look for mint mark, P, D, or S on the edge. Store properly. Keep uncirculated coins in coin flips, capsules, or albums to prevent oxidation. Beware of fake 1857 coins. There was no James Buchanan dollar in 1857. Anything that says otherwise is not authentic. Though James Buchanan is ranked poorly by many historians, his presidential $1 coin remains a piece of the larger narrative of American numismatics and political legacy, a snapshot of a country on the brink of its greatest conflict. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget like, share and subscribe for more coin collecting content.